So the next thing we're going to talk about are the vertebrae. And first we're going to learn the general parts of any vertebra, vertebrae plural, vertebra singular. Obviously each of these together make up the vertebral column. And you need to know the name of each section and be able to identify which type, if I give you 3 different vertebrae, can you identify which type is which? Is it a cervical, a thoracic, or a lumbar? Obviously you will not have a word bank, so you need to make sure you know those terms. You also need to know how many of each there are. So we'll look at in a second after we go through the general parts of the vertebrae and talk about the 2 top vertebrae specifically. We'll actually look on the stand-up skeleton at the different parts and see them put together. All right, so a general vertebrae. So as you can see here, these vertebrae have slightly different shapes. Some have some additional holes or foramina that others don't have. Some have little nodules that look different. Some of them have different spinous processes that are longer. But generally, if we look for different features, we'll just talk about kind of how they are very similar in these 3 groups. Okay, so I've roughly grouped them. You can see here, here, and here. Okay, and there's a lot more than just ones I set out here, but these are just a few examples. All right, so on any of these, we're going to have a body, and that's this large feature right here, the body. All right, the body. And then we're going to have a foramen, a vertebral foramen. That's this largest hole. If there's more than one hole, it's this largest central hole here, or here, or here. And that's where the actual spinal cord will pass through the vertebral foramen. And then we have a spinous process and a transverse process. So the spinous process is going to be differently shaped in each of these, okay? But it's going to be pointing out this way, okay? So this closest to my hand, this side is going to be anterior towards the stomach, towards the inside of the body. Towards my thumb, that's going to be more posterior towards the back, okay? And so this is the spinous process that sticks down. And then you can see the transverse process that sticks out on either side, right here and right here. And that's the same for these as well, okay? You can see it's very differently shaped, but we have a spinous process, and then we have the transverse process on either side.